I cannot wait for you to see this beautiful model home. You are going to love this kitchen. It is so gorgeous. Today I'm in the community of Barney Farms in Queen Creek, Arizona. They have three different sections of floor plans, and today I am in the Meadows section. And first off, I'm going to show you the Prairie Model. So I just walked inside. This is a really cool layout because it can be anywhere from 3 to 5 bedrooms. Well, here's the laundry room. Well, all the floor plans here in Meadows, you can actually add a loft to any of them, which is very unique. There's not many builders. Actually, this is the only one that I have seen that lets you do that. So you really do customize the floor plan. The builder here is Fulton Homes. So you have a bedroom just off the front. Whenever you're looking at homes, you want to make sure you pay attention to the grout. And I'll show you exactly what I mean. Because this model is several years old, but you can see how the grout has gotten darker in some spots, which is normal as it gets dirty. But I always recommend to look at possibly getting a darker grout instead of looks like they had kind of a white color for this exact reason, just because it makes it a little bit more difficult to maintain and keep it clean. Nice little storage. So in here is normally the garage. Right now it's the sales office for the model homes. So bedroom 2. And then another guest bath. I like that it has the 2 bathrooms next to each bedroom. So if you have either guests or kids, everybody gets their own. Another thing that's really nice about building in Barney Farms is that you can still pick out all your stuff. A lot of builders have started only building spec homes. And so if you are allowed to choose anything, it's usually one of 3 packages, and all of the flooring and cabinets and paint color and all that are already picked out. But with Barney Farms, you still get to go to the design center and literally pick out everything. All right, so this is the kitchen I wanted to show you. Look at the spinning pendant lights. I have never seen anything like that. Isn't that cool? I also really like the shape of the island. It's not like a normal plain rectangle that you see. Really unique. Remember when you go to the models that pretty much everything you see is an upgrade? I do know that this second sink here is an upgrade, so this isn't something that comes with it. You would pay extra. And of course, the farmhouse sink, everything is extra. But I love the models because it gives you such a good idea of what it could look like. Just the little details like the lighting underneath the cabinets. And this is a really neat piece of granite. It's got, that's pretty true to color in the video. It's like a maroonish accent. And then the cabinets are like a really light gray almost. I like it. I would never pick this out to go together, but it really flows really well. And it's hard to tell if this is like a blue or a gray, but it does have texture. It's not flat. But I think it all, when it all comes together and you see it all in whole, like all together, it looks so beautiful. Yes, lots of drawers, a ton of storage, built-in microwave and oven. This is like your main living space. And usually the model homes are going to sit on a premium lot. Anytime you see a view fence, and I'll take you out there in a minute, anytime you see a view fence, that will be extra. That's considered a premium lot, which is interesting because in my experience, buyers either love the view fence or they hate it. So to some people, it isn't really an upgrade, but other people love it. The coffered ceiling with the lighting. And this is a king size bed, just to give you an idea of size. And you'll see me point this out a lot, but you'll see here, there's no door. And that's very, very common in Arizona in the Phoenix area. There's no door separating the owner's suite with the bathroom. So if you're relocating and coming from somewhere else, back east or the Midwest, that may feel a little strange to you. I love all the counter space and cabinets and drawers. So even like the lighting fixtures and the hardware on the cabinets and the faucets, all of that you get to pick out at the design center. And then the other thing I love to point out is the height of the vanity. So you can't really tell because the mirror is high, but I'm 5'1", and it's like going up to my belly button. So it's pretty high. Sometimes they'll be really low. They'll be like this or even lower I've seen. And I just think it feels a little awkward, even for me, being on the shorter side, to brush your teeth or wash your face. So if you watch my home tours, you'll notice I'll point that out as well. I forgot if I showed this to you. So if I already did, well, you got to see it again. So the shower, if you get it standard, it's just like a piece of cultured marble. And then you always have the option to do tile, custom tile. They have like every option you can think of. One thing that drives me absolutely insane, you guys, and I see this all the time, there's rarely a good spot for the towel because even here, you're getting out, there's glass here, and then they have the towel rack. Like, how are you supposed to get the towel? There's nowhere to put your towel. Everyone always ends up just kind of throwing it over the glass. Or I guess you could put it here, but that's not very thick. I don't know, just the little things. I was going to tell you something else about the shower. Toilet room, the closet. It's like I want to say the closet's not huge, which it's not. I mean, for a lot of the new builds now, they're so big. But in all reality, this is a lot of room. We have just gotten so spoiled over the years. So this is where all like your wiring, cable, network stuff is all in here, and then there'll be a cover. I don't know why that's open, but that's very normal. And then it looks like there's attic entrance, the closet. And I think this was a great idea to put a mirror. That I don't believe that that is standard, but because these are so high that we can see the whole outfit. I'm gonna remember what it was I was gonna tell you about the shower. The towel. I can't be the only one that does this, right? I don't know. I do not know. I'll probably think of it later, so I'll let you know. All right, so if you were going for the 3-bedroom option, that would be the house. This one, they're modeling as a 5-bedroom because they added the loft to this one. So we'll go take a look. And again, you can do that, the loft, with any of the floor plans here. All right, so when you first walk up, you've got like a separate little living space. I think this is great if you've got kids that are old enough to kind of be on their own, like they'd get their own little living room. Surround sound. Typically, the homes will come pre-wired. Look at that. It'll come pre-wired for surround sound and fans, but they do not actually include speakers and fans and whatnot. You'd get those installed after closing is what most people do. Some of the builders will allow you to purchase the fans ahead of time, but usually they're so expensive, it just doesn't make sense. So people wait. It's a decent sized bathroom. I like how the ceilings are just different. They're not just flat. Makes it feel a little bit more open. Super cute loft. Oh, this is always nice when they have the outlets in the ground. I always picture a Christmas tree. I don't know why, like Christmas decorations, but it's nice to have that there in case you wanted to put lights, or even just like a little, what do you call it? Just like a entrance table you could put right there with decor. Put a little bit of lighting on it. Okay. This is a storage closet. I don't know why they have it locked, but they don't want us in there. So as of right now, there's still about 30 lots left in this section in Meadows. So still a lot of options. I love the big slider. So then when it's nice out, you can actually like leave the door open and you get that indoor outdoor living that you hear so much about in the Phoenix area. All right, so you'll want to make sure you remember the wall right here. They dropped it down. This right here is the next model. And they do that just to make it feel more open. So the yard is not quite as large as it might feel. Side yard. It's a smaller lot, but I have seen a ton of homes with this size lot that have a pool back here. So it's still plenty of room to do what you want with it and put in a pool and have like that nice entertainment space. AC. I'm always a fan of turf, especially if it's in a smaller space like this, just because it's going to be a lot more difficult to keep it mowed and whatnot. And I just think it looks so nice and clean. And then they did like a, I guess you would call this like a pergola, because I don't know, gazebo pergola, what would you call it? Let me know in the comments. But they did the pavers with the, we'll say pergola. Nice little fire pit. And you can tell it's gas. It's got the little lever down there. So I just picture sitting out here. This is a great lot because you don't have any houses behind you. Just have the nice green, and then there's a park down here. Oh, Barney Farms has a lot of amenities. They have pickleball, they have a ton of playgrounds, pools, they have a lake, and it's just beautiful here. If you look at my other videos on my Queen Creek playlist, I have several about Barney Farms, more about the amenities, so please take a look at them. And if you have questions about moving to Queen Creek or you're relocating to Queen Creek, reach out to me. I've lived here for 13 years. I love it here. I can give you all the pros and cons and the ins and outs of the town. And if you want a list of homes that are currently available here in Barney Farms or what new builds are available, message me on Instagram, comment, let me know what you think about Barney Farms. And don't forget to like and subscribe. That really helps me out. And I'll give you all the latest and greatest about Queen Creek and surrounding communities and market updates. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.